Coming in at number 49 on our Locked On Senators 2024 NHL Draft Rankings, we're going to the Western Hockey League, where we find Miguel Marques with the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Now, let's call a spade a spade.
Oh,
the Hurricanes were a bad team this year. They were not good. But Miguel Marques, as a 17-year-old, led the team in scoring with 74 points. How much does that tell you about the character and drive of a young player?
yeah, definitely. He's a guy that was driven this season, Ross. He only got into 2 playoff games. He had 1 assist. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe he had an injury. I didn't get to the bottom of why he was only in 2 games there. But you look at the improvement on points here. Well, first off, last season, 67 games, 28 goals, 46 assists for 74 points. Ross mentioned led the team in points and led the team in power play points. 22 of his 74 points were on the man advantage. So you love to see that. But what I want to highlight here is a 54-point improvement in 8 more games than his rookie season. So he played, 59 games in his rookie season, and he was able to get a 54-point improvement this year. Again, it's very typical progression for junior players when they first get into the junior league. They're slowly coming along. They're bottom 6 guys, and then their sophomore season, they get a boost in responsibility. They get an elevated role, more ice time, more mature. They fill out their body a little bit more so they can be more physical dominating out there. And with Marques, certainly that was the case.
He's a guy who always wants the puck. Do you notice that in all the clips? Like, even though he plays the wing, he seems like he drives the middle all the time. Like, he's always looking to kind of weave with the centerman and create space. I think that would be his MO when he's out on the ice, is how can I create the most space out there, which is a good plan, while also being able to protect the puck well undersized, listed at 5'10", only 173 pounds for now. Now, he's a March birthday, about middle of the road for this draft class, but clearly his skating is great, among other things. But Elite Prospects has him ranked 20th on their list. He's down at 46 on McKean's, 57 on Wheeler, and 61 for Bob McKenzie. Undersized, offense first winger. Probably why NHL teams maybe not as ready to jump at the risk as an outlet like Elite Prospects, who doesn't have to sell the pick to their owner, when there might be players who fit that mold a little bit more in that range. But I think if you can get this guy end of the second round, start of the third round, that's a nice little swing for a guy who could pop off when surrounded with better players.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good range for him, Ross. And yeah, you talk about how he likes to have the puck. Our good buddy Scott Wheeler mentioned how he's the primary puck carrier on his line, and he's got the skill and confidence to attack and beat defenders one-on-one. So even though he's a good skater and he's got that speed, he could just go wide around guys. He's like, I'll just go right through you and make you look silly, and I'm going to attack the middle of that ice. So definitely that's his biggest attribute, in my opinion. And a lot of scouts are saying, even for his size, he's not a big guy. He's a physical player, and he'll surprise opponents. Like, you're like a defender, if you chip the puck in his corner and he sees Marques coming, shoulder check, oh, it's Marques, little guy, he's probably not going to hit me that hard. And then boom, crushes you up against the board. So that's what you want to see from a guy like Marques, who is going to add some offense while also punishing opponents physically.
A guy who I think at whatever level he's playing at, always going to have more assists than goals. Definitely more of a playmaker, but a sneaky decent shot. Few of the highlights I watched, he's ripping it high glove over goaltenders. And I'm excited to see, I think the next couple of years, our guy Scott Wheeler also saying, like, look, he might lead the WHL in scoring or be a top point producer in the next couple of years. It's just, how translatable is his skill? And that's going to have to be the question that an NHL team asks before taking a chance on Marques. Now, in that playoff appearance, I'll call it, because he did only play those 2 games, took 4 minor penalties. Now, we know the heat turns up around playoffs, so maybe it was 4-on-4, whatever the case may be. But interesting to note, 1 assist, 8 PIMs in 2 games. A wild stat line there for Miguel Marques in the WHL. But looking forward to seeing what he becomes. He's a guy who, for my rankings, I have right at the bottom of the second round. He's in that range with Luke Misa, just behind Sam O'Reilly and Simon Zether. But I do think that if you take him anywhere between 60 and wherever he goes after that, you're looking at a high upside pick in that range.
Yeah, I think you're looking somewhere near the third round. I put in my notes. I think he gets drafted early third round. I think he's a really exciting prospect in junior, but it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to keep that physical game at the small size, if his skating is going to hold up, if he's going to be able to carry the puck in different competition levels. Now, I'm not suggesting he's not going to be able to. I'm not sure if it's going to work out. And the Sens picking at 39, I don't think they should reach for him at that position. So I gave Marques 3 out of 5 stars.
For more draft profiles, go check us out, Locked On Senators on YouTube. We are a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.